This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global at the Matchroom Fight Camp. It's week one. Delighted to be joined by Mr. James TENNYSON. How are you, James?
Not too bad, Kug. Pretty relaxed. You know, I'm enjoying my time here in the bubble. Haven't been too bad at all, so I'm happy enough.
I keep asking everyone I'm interviewing today because we went through the same procedure yesterday of being locked up in the room. You weren't locked up, but 18 hours you couldn't leave the room, so it was almost that case of you know you can go outside but you can't at the same time. Yeah,
that's exactly how it was. You know, you could leave but you couldn't at the same time. You know, I just took the time just to relax and sort of just enjoy the process. You know, I like the relax and recover coming up to the fight anyway. So you know, it's too bad. It wasn't too bad. I think I lay glued to my phone half the time anyway with all the media stuff going on.
Absolutely. Yeah, British title on the line with you and GWYNNE this week. It's a great pick and fight, as most of the fights are, or all of the fights are, on this first show. But how are you feeling ahead of a challenge against GWYNNE?
Feeling very good. You know, we had a real good camper. We got a lot of good tough sparring, and you know, confident. Just looking forward to getting in. You know, I'm thankful to be here and to be able to get a slot on the card. You know, I know there's going to be a lot of fighters who are trying to fight who aren't going to be able to get them. So, you know, I'm grateful to be in with Matchroom and have this opportunity, you know, and I'm very confident about how things are going to go on the night.
I mean, in your career so far, James, you've had some amazing nights already, and I suppose it wasn't to be your night, but kind of at the heights of that was the fight with Tevin Farmer. What did you really kind of learn from that fight, would you say, that you can kind of take into future fights, even though it was a couple of years ago now?
For me, you know, it'll be, don't kill yourself with the weight. You know, it's not going to stand by you. For me, I went out and, you know, I murdered myself more or less to make the weight while I was out there, and it didn't stand by me whatsoever. You know, the fact of performance, and you know, it doesn't look good on me as a fighter. You know, come fight night. So, you know, for me, it was just more, if you can't do the weight, you know, move up. Just your opportunity will come again at some stage. You've
been on a decent run since then, though, putting together wins and kind of building up momentum.
Yeah, you know, like I said, the move up weight, you know, it's done me good. You know, I'm feeling fit, strong, and healthy at the weight. Even, you know, like my training sessions today, you know, Tony said to me, you're sitting very sharp and you're looking very good still. So, you know, I think it's the move up weight's done me good, and you know, I'm enjoying it.
Absolutely. You know, you've developed this reputation for your punching, etc. And does that kind of bring pressure that people always kind of wanting to see and expecting you to kind of knock someone out?
You could say so, but not really. You know, I don't really look at it that way. You know, obviously that's what everyone expects. Everyone expects you to come into the ring and fireworks, knocking people out. But you know, through camp, you know, we trained hard. You know, we're ready for a good 12 rounds. And you know, if the knockout becomes early, you know, well and good. You don't get paid for the overtime, obviously. But you know, I'm ready for a good tough 12 rounds with Gav.
How much of GWYNNE have you kind of kept your eye on over the years?
I've seen bits and pieces. You know, I was actually at the fight where he's fought Joe Carnina. You know, I fought the same night myself. He gave a good account of himself. You know, he didn't look out of place. You know, he was in the fight more or less start to finish, and so I'm expecting something similar from him come fight night, and you know, I'm ready for it.
Absolutely. It's only, what's the day today? Wednesday, so we've still got another 3 days before move over to Matchroom HQ, Eddie's back garden as people are calling it, but it's looking impressive.
Unbelievable. You know, I was looking at the media stuff he was posting today about it, and it says, I fought in the M&S Bank Arena, you know, the O2 in London, the Odyssey, and I was looking, I was going, are they all of them like this? This setup here has really got me excited. You know, I'm really looking forward to it. He's pulled out all the stops of it.
Absolutely. This is the first week. Obviously, it's 4 weeks consecutive, which ends in another great card on the 22nd, which is over there. DILLIAN White taking up a Vetkin, Katie Taylor rematching Pearsoon. That's a great card as well.
Smashing card, you know. I think each week he's got unbelievable fights lined up, and like you say, no easy fights. You know, they're all 50-50 tough fights, and you know, from start to finish, you know, it's complete action.
Just to finish off on, I've been asking people their opinions of whether they want to see Mike Tyson and Roy Jones's so-called exhibition is what's being billed. Are you a fan of it? Just talking to Dave Caldwell and Jordan Gill there, and they're saying they don't really want to see it.
I think it's crazy, to be honest, but in a way I would be looking forward to seeing it, just to see how he actually is on fight night. You know, it's different when you're smashing away at the pads and the bags, you know, but whenever it actually comes to fight night, you know, how long can he really sustain that sort of pace and pressure? So, you know, it'll be interesting to see, but I think it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some of my kind of friends that follow boxing on a casual scene, and they see Mike Tyson hitting pads, and he looks great on the pads, and he looks great on the bag, and they think, yeah, I think he could come back, and I think he could win a world title, and I think he could beat AJ and Fury and Joshua, and I'm thinking, yeah, it's not quite as straightforward as that, because age doesn't catch up with you. He's 54. He might look good on the pads now, but competing with modern day heavyweights is a completely different kettle of fish.
Completely different ball game, and you know, listen, whenever you're taking shots back as well as hitting a person rather than the pads and the bags, you know, it's a completely different story. So, you know, I don't really know if the actual fight is going to cut it, but it'll be interesting to see. You know, I'd watch.
I think I will as well. James, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Wish you the best of luck on Saturday night. Hopefully we'll get to speak to you after the fight. Best of luck.
Brilliant. Thank you, Cook. Cheers.